Hey Rose, want to grab a drink?
Your happiest hour of the week starts now.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy because the drinks are on us. Welcome back to Drinks on Us. I'm Riley.
And I'm Rose. We are so happy you joined us for happy hour this week. We are so excited for this week's episode. We're coming off of a high of last week, our big 50th, our 1 year. But we have a lot of things going on in our lives. If you follow both of us on our personal Instagram pages, that is not a secret. And so we're going to use this episode, of course, to do our regular banter, catch up, what's in our cart. But we feel like it is our duty to let you guys in on the details of our major life changes and just do the ins and outs of what's going on in both of our lives. And so I'm excited to chit chat about it. I feel like we're addressing some elephants in the room, giving the Do Crew the one, like the in-depth, we don't give the in-depth on Instagram. This is the real talk here.
No, totally. Instagram, you don't get to know all the details, all the ins and outs. Like this is our crew and you're our people. So I feel comfortable giving you guys all the info.
I know. So I'm excited about it. But I do want to hear, what did you do this weekend? You had your big hair appointment. How was that?
Oh, it was phenomenal.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Did I mess up?
Do you want to ask me what to make up to?
Guys, sometimes I just really blow past what's in her cup.
I've been dying to talk to you. Like we literally haven't talked at all. So I'm dying to know about your weekend too. We're just too excited.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm jumping the gun. Before we get into it, Riley, what is in your cup tonight?
No, I was fine with you glazing over that because my cup is so boring. It's just a lemon spindrift, which I've been doing that so much lately. It's just all I have in my fridge right now. So, but
that is your go-to flavor.
I love the lemon. It's so good.
I think I'm inspired to get it because I only have poppy in my fridge. I need a good sparkling water when you don't want the poppy.
Yeah, try the lemon and let me know what you think. I think you're going to love. Okay. But what's in your cup?
I'm also boring. I just put it in a glass to try to be less boring. It's just a strawberry lemon. Shout out Cade McClure poppy. I don't know why. Ever since you told me this, I always think of him when I have a strawberry lemon.
That's the only flavor he'll drink.
Really? He didn't like wild berry either?
He drank it because it was open, but yeah, didn't love.
This one is really good.
Mm. Oh, I wanted to ask you, have you seen the grapefruit poppy?
No, I didn't. And I'm flabbergasted that grapefruit could be out there. That's our favorite flavor. How did you see this?
I'm so confused. So Kit Keenan, I think is how you say her name. She was on one of the seasons of The Bachelor. She's an influencer. She lives in New York, socialite. And I don't follow her, but someone sent me one of her posts and said, is grape poppy new? Has it always been out? And I've never seen it before, but she posted with it. So it's real.
What did the can look like?
So cute and grapefruit.
Wait, you've got to get a screenshot so we can put it on Drinks on Us Instagram.
I'll screenshot it and you guys have to let us in. Have you been trying grapefruit? Have you been keeping this from us? Because we're obsessed with grapefruit and obsessed with poppy. And I didn't know this existed.
There's no way. She's definitely drinking an unreleased. We would know, right? We would know.
I know, but Poppy never said anything, right?
Definitely not. Did we already discuss that cherry cola is coming?
I thought that was already a thing.
No. Doc Pop,
cherry.
Coke, cherry lime.
Oh, cherry limeade.
Yeah, cherry limeade. But they're coming out with a cherry Coke.
Yum.
I did see someone find that in a grocery store. But my grocery stores I still haven't seen orange creamsicle in my grocery store.
Me either. I mean, I'm years behind you, so you would see it before I ever would. But
what the heck? They're coming out with all these flavors and we're yet to get our hands on. I feel like orange cream is old news now.
It is old news. I have to say, thank you, Poppy, for completely transitioning me. I don't crave a Diet Coke anymore. I'll have one every now and again, but I used to drink Diet Coke all the time. And I heard something so devastating that it can cause Alzheimer's or it shrinks your brain cells or something.
Wait, is it because of the aspartame in it or what? Is there aspartame in
I'm sure there's some kind of chemical that is not good for you. And it worries me because I drink so much Diet Coke, or I used to, and my family does. My grandma used to put it literally in my baby bottle. So, man.
Well, you're kicking for 28 years, so I think things are working out for you so far. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'm still kicking. I think I'm all right.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that Poppy, like, I have discovered it, and it's totally, my Diet Coke fix is totally gone when I drink Poppy.
No, I totally agree with that. But I do have to say, I was craving, you crave Diet Coke every now and then. I crave a Sprite every now and then.
Oh, yeah.
And I got a McDonald's Sprite yesterday.
It's so spicy.
It is, there's nothing like it in the whole wide world. Doesn't McDonald's actually do something different?
I feel like it's something with their carbonation.
I swear it's like new, like come out that they actually do something that makes it so much better.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's no secret that McDonald's Diet Coke and Sprite, there's nothing like it. Like, it actually tastes different in a good way. And there really is nothing like their Sprite. Like, that first taste and you get the kick.
Oh my gosh. I was like, oh my gosh, this is bad because now I'm going to want one every day. But I'm like, you know what? I'll just stock up on my Poppies. The lemon lime really does do the trick. And I feel like if you wanted it just like even more flavorful, you could like put a little lemon squeeze in it or something. But
I'm shocked by you. That's so uncharacteristic to go to McDonald's and get a Sprite.
Well, we had just flown home and I was picking up food in Tampa because I was so hungry because that's where we flew in. And I must have, I know. We were in the elevator and this woman had this large Pepsi or like Coke or whatever from Wendy's. And the carbonation was out of this world. And I was like, Ryan, I absolutely need a Sprite. And he was like, all right. And he got one too. And
Aww.
It was, I just like, I can't remember the last time I drove through McDonald's drive-through.
I know. That's why I was so shocked by you, but I'm glad you got it. That lady really influenced you. She didn't even know.
She did. Yes. Wow. Influencer in the wild.
In the wild.
Okay. Well, back to your weekend. How was your hair appointment?
Oh, it was great. We cut a little bit off, so my extensions are a little bit shorter, which I asked her to do. I just felt like they were a little too long, but I'm so happy with it.
It looks so good.
Thanks.
I know we'll get into it later, but like, are you going to get to see her again before the big move?
Yeah. So my next appointment in October, I'm just going to drive up here because there's like a lot of logistics, but I have a wedding, but I have to come up here to drop True off at my parents' house. I'm going to the wedding alone. And so it was like quicker to drive from Pittsburgh than Ohio. So yeah. I'm going to see her in that passing time.
Perfect. And I mean, I don't know how often you get your hair done, but like until you find someone that you really love, it's not the end of the world to make a day out of it, go see your family, you know?
Exactly. It's so doable for now. But yeah, we'll see what happens. How was your weekend?
My weekend was so fun. For those of you who don't know, I went to Louisville, Kentucky for one of Ryan's old teammates' wedding, which was so beautiful. I don't know, Riley, if when you lived in Louisville, you ever went to River House?
It sounds familiar, but I feel like no.
It's like it's past the walking bridge and it looks out to the water. It's so beautiful. Ryan and I loved going there because you can have dinner and then you can walk down and there's like a big grass area and you can like sit and just like have your drinks and watch the water. It's a good place to go for 4th of July. So anyways, we were excited because we know their food is amazing and we just like assumed the food would be a part of it. Wedding was beautiful. It was nice. Ryan got to see a lot of his old teammates and we went in like a day or so early to be able to I got to see Vic and Crystal, which was so fun.
Yay.
I got Quills, Barbetti. We did switch. I know last week on the pod I said we were going to go to Jeff Ruby's, but we ended up going the complete opposite direction and getting a 5 or 5:15 dinner versus the 9 p.m. Jeff Ruby's. I'm like, we were so tired.
I would have rather done that too.
Yeah. And we went to Louisville Cream after. I don't know if you've been.
I haven't.
Oh, they have the best ice cream sandwiches with like their local. They make the ice cream there with the best chocolate chip. Like we just ate our way for 3 or 4 days or a couple days. But I do have to say, I was talking to my mom and dad and I was like, it was a really reassuring feeling because I did not like feel any type of way when I went there. I was like ready to come home. So it was good because I didn't know how I would feel like going back, if I'd be sad or like, oh, like I love it here. It was like, I felt so convicted and like good about the move. Like I feel so much more like it just fits Ryan and I so much more to be here.
I agree completely. And actually, like looking back to when you did, like you living in Louisville seems like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
Right? Me too. And like people were asking like, oh, you moved out of Louisville, like how long? And I'm like, it hasn't even been that long. Like I moved down in February?
Was it maybe? Yeah. I feel like it was February.
I think maybe I came down in January, but then we like actually moved.
Yeah.
Because we moved like right when you and Cade came down.
Yes.
And yeah, just, I don't know. There's just like so much more to do that fits Ryan and I's lifestyle in Florida. So it was an awesome trip. And like, I'll always love to go back more so to like see my people. And let me say, Louisville has some fire food places.
I know. Louisville has really stepped up the game with like aesthetic, modern, good, authentic food places and like coffee places.
Yeah.
How was Quills? Were you like in love?
I was in love, but they didn't have salted maple.
Oh no, did it not come back?
It was just like a seasonal thing. And I do have to say, I swear by the St. Matthews location, but I had to go to the Nulu because we didn't have a car. And it was good, but like I knew if I went to St. Matthews, like it would have hit different.
Yeah.
But I'm not complaining. I'm so grateful I got to go. But it was really, really good. I got the Woodsman the one day.
Your favorite.
I got bourbon caramel another day. I mean, we went every day we were there. So yeah, it was really nice. It was fun. And yeah, that was the extent of my weekend.
Oh, well, I'm so glad you got to go. And I actually had a feeling you would feel this way about it. Like you love Louisville, but you weren't like you were ready to go home.
Yeah. You did tell me that. And I was like confident because I haven't really even missed our house, which that shocks me. I thought I would like miss our home. But it was just like a good reassuring feeling when you feel like you made the right choice.
Yeah.
So yeah, did you do anything else fun or was the hair the highlight of the weekend?
Hair was the highlight of the weekend. I packed and actually all day yesterday, Sunday, I had a work event for my 9 to 5, which was, it was just like something I had to do. But yeah, that was the extent of my weekend. Nothing crazy.
That's not fun.
No.
Well, at least it's over. I'm sure you were dreading it.
Yes, I was. I was just like, have to do it. Get it over with.
Yeah. How's packing going? Should we wait?
Packing is crazy. I can get into the logistics more in like the meat of the episode, but it's a lot. I feel like we pack so much and then we still have so much left. Like we just have so much stuff and our house really isn't that big. We just have so much stuff, I guess.
Isn't it wild how fast you can accumulate stuff?
Yeah.
And you guys have a whole other floor than Ryan and I.
Yeah, our basement is like our storage room. There's just stuff everywhere. And it's like, it's organized. Cade has done a really good job with like shelving units in the storage room and like boxing things up, keeping them organized. It's just, there is so much stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can get more into that later in the episode. I did want to ask you if you've been seeing all this stuff about Blake Lively.
Okay. Yes. And our group chat was talking about it a little bit. Have you seen the movie yet?
No, I'm dying to go see it.
Me too.
Kate's not here this week. Like, I wish you were here. We could go together.
I know, me too.
I'm not going to go alone.
I'm like, I don't even know if I could get Ryan to go.
So my friend Alex said her fiance Brandon really liked it. And that like is a selling point for me, but we just haven't had the time, Kate and I, to go together. But yeah,
just a tad going on.
Just a tad. I feel like Ryan would fight you on it. Kate would fight me on me on it too. So
yeah, I know. I really wish we could go see it. But to answer your question, I have. And what I did is I like read the group chat about it, which was just like a little banter back and forth about what people are saying. And I understand. And really the only like take on it that I listened to was the toast. And I thought it was a pretty accurate take just based off of how insane like people act on the internet. However,
wait, I didn't hear what they said. What was their take?
They were basically defending Blake, saying like, it's like not her job to, like, when you go on a press tour, like you are going on a press tour to hype yourself up in your movie, and your job isn't to talk about or make. I think they were trying to say that, I don't know if this is Blake's take, but they were saying that she was trying to show that her character within the movie was more than domestic violence, that she was focusing on the good, but weren't people affected that she wasn't talking about it and bringing light to it? And like people are thinking she's insensitive, and now it's spiraling to like that she's just like the new J-Lo and that she's like a brat.
I know. I feel like it has spiraled. Like they made something out of nothing and it has completely spiraled. And now all of these old clips of interviews or press tours or things have been coming to light. And I watched some of them, and some of it I'm like, okay, that is like stretching. Like she didn't do anything wrong there. But there's this one clip where she's talking to the interviewer and she's pregnant. Did you see it?
And she said, "What about your bump?" or something.
The interviewer is like, "Congratulations on your little bump." And Blake's like, "Congratulations on your bump." And I guess the interviewer wasn't pregnant.
No, I saw that and I was like, is there something I'm missing? Because I'm so uncomfortable.
It was so uncomfortable. It's like little things like that. I'm like, ooh, but other things I see, I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like, I agree. I feel like people are taking it too far.
I agree. Like I see people's point, but also like, it doesn't need to be all she talks about. And I feel like I'm not really qualified to talk on it because I haven't seen the movie. I haven't been watching everything. This is all through like third party social media or like friends of friends saying stuff. However, there are certain clips where like she's definitely being like, and again, I don't know how I would act like on certain interviews, like someone catches you off guard or like asks you bad questions. Like that was another thing that Toast was saying, like, this interviewer asked her like a really bad question. And so it kind of set Blake up to just have like a bad answer. Not like, and I'm not trying to give her like every excuse in the book, but I do think some of the clips that are resurfacing don't make her look good at all.
Right.
But I don't think that she's like a horrible person, but I guess I don't know her. I don't know. What do you think?
We don't know her. We never will know her on like a certain level. I feel like she is a good person, but at the same time, like, there are certain things that, and we don't know how we would act in certain situations, and people blow things. The world we live in today, people just take something and run with it and blow things out of proportion, and it's just spiraling. I agree.
It always spirals. Like, and it's so interesting because for so long, I feel like her and Ryan were like the like perfect image couple. Yeah. Untouchable couple. They could do no wrong. And I feel like at the beginning, like, wasn't the drama about her, the man in the movie? Like, how did it spin to be about Blake?
Right. Yeah. I think it was about this Justin guy, like not being on the press tours or doing PR, or I don't know if he said something about her weight during the filming. And now it's just flipping on Blake. And she's like, I wonder what she's thinking. Like, is she seeing all this stuff, or is she just so far removed?
I mean, she has to definitely be seeing it. And I mean, not saying this is like the right answer or anything, but I mean, it is bringing more attention to the movie. So
yeah, it is.
It's probably encouraging people to go watch it or learn more. And like, not that that was her goal by any means. I don't think she thought this would happen at all, but it's like, I don't think she would take a role that focuses on domestic violence. Like if she wasn't like trying to help and like send a message and show and try and portray that, that's like a tough act to play. I can only imagine. Right. And so I feel like that says enough about her. Like if you really didn't care or like this, that, and the other, I don't know. Would you feel like you would take on that role? That's like a very intense role.
That's so true. I feel like she genuinely cares about the character and the role and like putting her best skills forward to portray this and bring light to it. So yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I don't know. From bits and pieces, she's not perfect, but people are also insane.
Yep. Moral of the story.
Moral of the story. But anyways, maybe by this time next week or within the coming weeks, Riley and I will watch the movie. I hear it's amazing. So
I heard it's amazing.
Have you read the book? I think you have.
I read it a couple years ago, so it's not like fresh in my mind. I know the gist of what it's about, but honestly, I might just wait until it comes out on, I don't know, Peacock, Netflix, one of those. And because imagine like sitting in your living room on your couch, snuggled up with some popcorn. That sounds amazing.
Like a crispy fall day.
Yes. Wait, I have to say, I wanted to tell you, before we started filming, I went to take Truly for a little walk, and I was wearing just like shorts, t-shirt, what I've been wearing all summer. And we couldn't go on the walk because it was freezing outside.
No.
And it made me smile because it's fall.
Not at all here, right?
It was like, okay, not freezing, but chilly. And it just like got my gears going. Chili season, pumpkin season, fireside. So excited.
No, I can't wait because the other day I was sitting outside because I'm such an outside girl. And I said, all right, this is my breaking point. And I went on Google. I said, when does it cool down in Florida? I've got to know. It said early October.
Okay.
So
it's not too far away.
I think it's like gradual. I think by late October, November is like the peak time, like peak weather starts. So I just got like another month or so to get through, fingers crossed, because I eat up fall. I mean, not as much as Riley McClure. She's the number one fall fan. But I just like, what am I going to do? Those 3 weeks of prime fall is going to be tough for me this year.
Why?
The crunchy leaves. Like, I don't get the crunchy leaves.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get the crisp October day where you get a coffee and then you like, those. No, I know it's obsessed. Like a glimpse, like a fleeting thing, but that perfect 3 to 4 weeks is everything.
It's so quick. And I remember last year on the pod, I was so adamant. I was like, I'm waiting. I'm not having a sip or a bite of pumpkin until September 1st because I was like trying to hold on to summer. But then fall came and went so quick. It was literally like October 31st and people were putting up their Christmas trees. And so now I am just letting myself have all the pumpkin I want in August because we deserve to have fall longer.
No, we do. Fall is why does it have to be like that?
Right. It's October. Keep the Christmas trees in the basement. I promise we'll get there.
No, I know. So hopefully it comes out in fall because it screams a great fall evening. But it ends with us.
Oh.
Back to why we got on this fall kick.
Yeah, I hope it comes out what? Yes. So that can be on our fall bucket list.
Oh, yes, we should get that together. I really hope I don't have to fake it. Like I actually hope the weather is warm here because there's nothing worse than eating chili in 90-degree weather.
No, you'd be burning.
I'll burn alive. I'll
you'd be sweating, eating your chili.
I'll be eating it in a bathing suit.
Stop. I can't think of anything worse than eating chili in a bathing suit.
Me either.
Oh my God.
Especially when you dip the bread in and you look down and see your fupa. It's like, no, I need leggings and sweaters.
No, the only attire to eat chili in is literally the baggiest piece of clothing you own.
Oh, okay. Before we get into what's in our cart, speaking of baggy clothing, I sent Riley an Instagram story of Bridget yesterday. We're still up on this bar debacle, which I almost wore the bar hoodie, but like...
Wait, I almost wore the bar hoodie too, but I didn't.
We are on the same wavelength today though.
Yeah.
But I kind of like am second guessing wearing it because I need Bridget to clear the air on what is going on. Because if you guys like missed it, there's this debacle going on with like a lawsuit with Bridget in the bar. But now she started like a new launch came, which I feel like there hasn't been a new launch since the drama. Mm-hmm. And Bridget's liking the bar's Instagram, but she hasn't posted about it. But some of her influencer friends got the PR boxes, which I feel like they wouldn't post and support if she was being like still kicked out. But it's like Bridget was in the airport yesterday, you guys. I should have screenshotted it and I didn't. Maybe it'll be still up and I can screenshot it after. She was 100% wearing a bar hoodie, but it was inside out. Which I'm like, is she not allowed to, like, was it out of spite, or like, is she legally not allowed to like have something until maybe like the lawsuit's finalized or something? I don't know. I'm like so confused.
At that point, just wear a different sweatshirt.
I know, but it's probably all she owns.
Yeah, you're right. It's probably all she owns. And also the PR boxes, it said like a little note and it said Love Bridget. Like her name's still attached to the brand. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize it said Love Bridget. That's a big thing.
It's huge. So like, and what I said to you when you sent it to me was, I just wish she would address it. She's so open on her stories about so much. She goes so in depth about like things in her life. So Bridget, like give us more. We need to know what's going on.
No, that's why I feel like she can't. Like, I think she's tied up legally right now.
You're right. She totally would if she could.
Like, that's I think so she's winning. I think she's winning because we're seeing glimpses of her back. But I think it's kind of like when people are like filing for divorce, like you can't slip up and say something. Yeah. So she's like protecting herself. They're like, don't show the bar, don't say anything about it until like the papers are signed or something like that. That's my guess.
Wait, I feel like you are 100% right. Great detective work.
Thank you. I just I wanted that limoncello hoodie so bad, but I'm like, Bridget, I need to know if I can support that. Like people were DMing us on Drinks on Us saying like, so can we support this launch or no?
We don't know, guys.
And I know. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. So anyways, I would have had that in my cart, but I didn't.
Oh, shoot. Well, should we get into what's in our cart?
Yeah. Tell me what's in yours.
Okay. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was, do you have a cleaner for your wedding ring?
I do, just from a jewelry store that I got our bands at. I
need to get one because I haven't cleaned it in so long, and I used my mom's the other day. She has like this, I'm sure it's from Amazon or something, but it worked wonders. It's still sparkling, and like I didn't realize how dirty it was until after I cleaned it. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I don't have this cleaner. So it's in my cart.
Was it a stick or like a drop in?
So she dropped it in and it like sat for a little while, and then it came with this little brush and she just like scrubbed it, and it worked so fast. No,
it's the best. And it's crazy because I think both of how our rings sit, like I feel like dirt and stuff like gets underneath the back of it, and that's why it looks like can get like so dirty. It
was like foggy, but I didn't realize.
No, I feel you. Yeah, definitely link it because I'm actually almost out of mine, and that place was in Louisville, so I'll need it.
Okay, I will link what I find on Amazon. I'm sure I'm sure you don't need something expensive. Any cleaner will work.
No, but people rave about this blue stick one, and I got it during like my engagement era, and I don't like it.
Oh, with the brush?
Yeah, like I just feel like it's waxy and like it doesn't feel like I'm like being able to clean it well.
I had something like that too. I think I lost it, but agree. It was like
find like a dip brush type one like your mom had.
Okay, I'll link that. I also wanted to give an update. So somehow I got on the Giorgio Armani PR list and they sent me concealer, like luminous silk concealer.
Wow.
And I tried it for the first time today and I'm loving. I mean, I can only review for the last like hour or so because I just did my makeup right before this, but so far it feels great. It's very light. I think it was last episode we were saying we feel like 80 years old when we cake on the concealer. This is pretty moisturizing. So
luminous silk is amazing. So I bet it's incredible.
Yeah, the coverage is pretty good too. I didn't love the foundation for the coverage aspect, but this is great so far.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, definitely link it. It sounds intriguing.
I will. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about was, I restocked my Branch Basics.
Best feeling. Well, did you just have to get the solution?
Yeah, it was great. I just had to get the solution, and I just love that it's one solution for everything. And so if I run out of the cleaner or the laundry detergent, like just pour the solution in. I don't need to go anywhere to get anything because I already have it. So yeah, I was so proud to say I went through the whole bottle. That's amazing. And you're going to love, like, when you get to your next house, you're going to be elated because you're just going to have you're going to go crazy with your new solution and you'll feel like your house is clean and not chemical filled. Like you get to say goodbye to your, like, not that your house now is chemically, but like there was chemicals in there. Yeah. I was putting them in here. Yeah. Well, that's exciting. Yeah. I'm going to manifest someday that Do has a Branch Basics discount code. Oh,
Ranch Basics, if you or anyone you know is listening, please, because I will
Surely
talk
they're
about
not.
that. No, surely they're not. That's so Delulu of me, but that is a brand we could talk about till we're blue in the face.
Literally. But what is in your cart?
So what's in my cart this week? I just got in a new Primally Pure deodorant. I'm still on my Primally Pure, but I do have to say I switched scents.
Okay.
And this is my favorite. I like it so much better. It's vanilla citrus.
Oh, sounds like it would smell delish.
So remember how we were kind of like confused when we first made the switch with when you tried it and I tried it and we were like, these scents are kind of odd.
Yeah.
This one, you would love it. It's so great. And I have been using like the bergamot eucalyptus and I would have got it again, but it was actually sold out. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll try this vanilla citrus. It sounds nice. Amazing. I'm obsessed. So
Yay.
I'm going to link that one, but I don't think you can go wrong with any, but I do think that one's really great. So I'll link it. And then this one's, the rest of my cart is incredibly random, but I've been really wanting to get a cute crew ruffle sock for my tennis shoes or like loafers. I borrowed a pair of Elsie's in Vegas and I believe she got hers, I want to say maybe Aritzia, maybe. So I'm going to ask her and then I'll link them. I'm sure Amazon has a plethora of them as well, but sometimes it's just I feel like I dress like not like tomboy, but like not as girly, but that adds a little girly flair to
I
it.
love a good ruffle sock.
Yeah. You have ruffle socks, don't you?
I do, but not like overly ruffled. I think I want to go a little more dramatic.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll try and find some to link up for all of us. And then the last one, okay, I have to call myself out because this is something we were shitting on a few weeks ago, but I keep loving when I see girls wearing the flats that are like that mesh material.
I know.
And we were freaked out by the toes being exposed. But I think if I got like a black or red pair, and I'm not talking about like the sheer mesh, I'm talking about like the thick stitching
I know
mesh.
exactly what I'm picturing the same thing.
Yes. And I just think it's such a cute transitional summer to fall because it's, I don't know, I get kind of redundant with the tennis shoes or the sandals.
Yeah.
And so, what am I going to put a Ugg boot on in 95 degree weather? Like, no.
You're going to be wearing your Ugg boots and eating your chili in a bathing suit by the pool. Right.
Like I brought my Uggs down here and I think I wore them like once and I felt like everyone was staring at me, which sucks because I love Uggs, but like, I think it's just like, is it necessary? Maybe not, but like, sue me.
I think in the coming months, you won't be getting looks, just not like right now.
Yeah, not right now. So I think I'm going to pull the trigger because I actually saw the mesh flats on Amazon.
Okay. Get them and wear them so I can copy the style. Cause I don't like, what do we wear them with? Baggy jeans?
Yeah, I'm thinking baggy jeans or like even like the longer baggy jean shorts and just like a cute little shirt, t-shirt. I don't know. I'll let you know, but I'm going to grab them. I'll link them in case anyone else is eyeing them.
Okay. Well, that was a good cart. I'm excited to see how you style. You're going to be, everyone's going to look at you and know that you're so chic if you're wearing those.
That was what we said. If they're wearing flats, they know.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, she is chic.
She is chic.
That's going to be you. Well, before we get into the main segment, I want to let you guys know that this episode is brought to you by TrueMe. We are all about enhancing our daily routines, whether we need to alleviate stress, boost our energy, enhance our complexion, or wind down after a stressful day. TrueMe nootropics are a one-stop shop. Enhanced with natural ingredients such as lion's mane, reishi, tremella, collagen, ashwagandha, elderberry, and so much more. There are endless benefits to TrueMe mushroom gummies, and you can use code DOU30 for 30% off. That's TROOMY.com and code DOU30. We love you, TrueMe.
I do love you, TrueMe. And I feel like a lot of people like ask us off like one-on-one, like, do you actually like love Trumi? We love Trumi, you guys. So if you've been on the fence for trying it, we don't know how much longer we're going to have this discount code. So I definitely encourage you guys to try it. It's such a good, easy habit to implement into your night routine, skin routine, hair routine. Like, there's so many benefits, and I'm sure everyone knows, but like, mushroom health truly is, I think, like the way of the future. I feel like people are so into the more natural, the better. So I can't rave enough about it. And I know we talk about it all the time, but I just wanted to like make it clear, like, we actually love and use these products all the time.
Yes. But yeah, so main segment today, we're going to give you guys some life updates from both of us. I feel like we live the same lives in parallel. Like, this always happens to us.
It's actually crazy.
Yeah. Like, first you're moving, you're building a home, and then suddenly I'm moving, and suddenly I'm asking you advice on what you did when you moved. So it's just nice to be able to have each other to go through this with. But yeah, I am moving to Ohio, which is so crazy to me. If someone would have told me in January that I'd be moving to Ohio in August, I would faint and pass away. Like, what is my life? I never expected this, but I'm so excited. I'm so excited for a new chapter, and it just feels right, you know?
You were so ready for change, and I think Cade was so ready for change. And I think you might have posted this on your Instagram, but I always think about that image where it's like, God, like, you have like one flower and like God's taking it away from you, but it's because he has a whole bouquet of flowers in the back. And sometimes it's so hard in the moment to be like, wait, this was not part of my plan. Like, I thought I was moving here, or I thought I was doing this or going here. And it just life has such a funny way of working out exactly how it's meant to be. And I just think I know it may not seem seamless to you, but I feel like it just unfolded like in a meant to be fashion.
Yes, it feels, like I said, not what I expected it to happen at all. Like, if I was going to be moving, I thought we'd be moving to, I don't know, Charlotte, North Carolina. Like, we always have said we want to end up there. But this move, like, everything happened in a way where it just felt so right. And like, Rose, we talked a lot behind the scenes, and like, obviously things have been hard, but in the grand scheme of things, it's like, it just feels really right. So I'm very excited. Cade accepted a job as a coach at Kent State University for their baseball team. And so he's still going to be doing something he loves. We're only an hour and 45 minutes from my parents here. We're an hour and 15 minutes from his parents there. And again, like, I'm just so excited. But yeah, what else?
I'm trying to think of like everything like leading up to it. So yeah, Riley, obviously it like kind of came out of like total left field.
Yeah.
And it all happened very fast. So it's not like, obviously while she was figuring it out, it was kind of like when Ryan and I were figuring out our house and our move with Florida, like sometimes it's just so much more overwhelming to then like put it out to the internet when you don't even have answers. And it just kind of like opens you up to be like another level of being overwhelmed. And so it did happen rather fast and seamlessly though. Like, you guys sold your house really fast. Do you want to talk about like the house process of all of it?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I feel like it started, so he accepted the job and we were like, okay, this is happening. It started to feel real when we put our house on the market, which was such a weird feeling because we love our house. We built our house, and like, we got married not in this house, but like, we moved in here as fiancés, and then we got married. So yeah, just a very weird feeling. But we always said, which I think you were the same way with your house when you built it, your first one, like, we wanted to be in here maybe 3 to 5 years. And then from there we would go on, and we built this house in 2020. So it's been like 3.5 years. And so we were ready. We're in a townhome, and we've just like kind of outgrown it. We want more space and privacy. We got a really big backyard for Julie at the new house. It's fenced in. We have a lot more space. It's a single family home. And so again, another thing where it's just like, we were ready for that next step. But yeah, I feel like I was asking you so much advice, Rose, when we put our house up on the market, and like, people were coming to see it, and it was stressful.
It is so stressful. It's such a weird feeling. Like, you're trying to not like be emotionally attached to like a showing or what you think's going to happen or the price. And like, there's just so much that goes into it behind the scenes. Like, and then let alone you're like trying to maintain your normal life and job and marriage. And, you know, Cade's going through this transition of the job and you're also trying to find a house in Ohio. And it's just like so much. But yeah, selling your house, especially your first, there's always going to be something special about your first home because like it's so special to like the home that you guys moved in together for the first time and so many firsts, like such special season of your life. But I feel like your house fully served its purpose for you guys. And like that season has like, isn't it crazy how fast 3.5 years can come and go?
Yeah, it's crazy how fast that went. And you're right. This house has totally served its purpose. So like, obviously I'm sad to leave, but I'm not dreading moving day. Like I feel like I'm ready. I am dreading it for different reasons. And I'll talk about the movers, but I wanted to say, so, the people who are buying our home, we don't close yet. We close at the end of the month. The one thing they actually offered over asking price, which was, we did not expect at all. So we were like shocked. The one thing they wanted was Cade's sauna. And he was about to decline the offer because of that. Like, I think I've said it before, he's obsessed with his sauna and I really like it too, but not like that is his thing. And so we have to leave the sauna. He's so upset about it. But on the bright side, it would have been so tough to move with that. It's so big and heavy.
So big.
I was like, hey, we'll just buy another sauna at the new house.
Especially because you got over what you like set your intentions for. So that extra can go towards the sauna.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot I want to do extra at the house.
Yeah, the sauna, like even just to like get him through, like saying like, we'll buy it, you know, and then it'll fall to like the bottom of the list. But I forget, do you have another basement in your new house?
We have a basement in the new house. So we're going
to
try to emulate the gym that we have in our basement here. And we'll have a lot of storage too, which is nice. But
it's so nice. I'm so sad that I'll never have a basement. So will your basement have more, like, will he be able to still have his like moment down there?
His man cave?
Yeah.
So our basement right now, it's half finished. And in the finished part, in the house we're in now, I'm trying to explain to them. And the finished part is where he has his man cave, where he goes and plays his video games and like has all his jerseys and stuff that I don't want in my living room. And it's great because it's like his own space, But at the new house, the whole basement it's unfinished. It's like clean. It's just like a cement floor. But I'm like, well, he's still going to put his couch down there and probably have his man cave. It just won't be as cozy as like what we have now.
Yeah. But guys like don't care.
No, he doesn't care at all. He thinks it's like the best thing ever.
So weird. Guys are so strange. Like
they're so weird.
I would be like, I simply have to put drywall up and like epoxy on the concrete or something. Like,
I think the goal is eventually to finish it, which he'll have as like, he wants to do it himself and have a little project, which I'm fine with that too.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that actually happens.
That's so fun though. I kind of love that it's unfinished because then it leaves like, you don't have to make the space work for you. And I feel like basements are where you get to do like your fun, like, I don't know, stuff that you don't necessarily need, but like you can make the space for it. Like you can even add probably like another bedroom if you really wanted down there. I don't know. Like there's so many options.
In your new house, does Ryan get a like man cave type room or bourbon room?
So no, unfortunately, we are making the like one of the extra bedrooms upstairs. We're going to do like as a movie room.
Oh, love.
Yes.
I forgot.
And so maybe we'll hang like one of his jerseys or like have a little like bourbon shelf, but it's just like for what we're looking for in our house. I feel like it stinks that you can't get that extra square footage in a basement to do something like a bourbon room or a man cave. I was like, because we do eventually want to like kind of maybe finish the garage, like get the like epoxy floor and make it nice and even make maybe like half of it a gym. And I was like, we can hang your posters out there. And he's like, yeah, okay.
He doesn't care. He'll love them out there.
I know. I'm just like, kind of like, I feel bad, but like it's impossible. Like
you're not going to put it in the living room.
Right. Like what? I'm not going to have a guest sleep over and it be like raining Louisville Cardinals in there. I can't bring myself to that life.
Your aesthetic would never.
I can't. No, I know. He said in the movie room the other day, he was like, we could hang like my jersey and like a ladybird and like we could shadow box both. And I'm like, yeah, maybe. I'm not sure if that like is the aesthetic of there, but maybe, if not the garage.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta let them like think it's the best idea ever. Like, yeah, totally.
I know. I was like,
and
good
like,
idea.
Yeah,
good idea. I was like, I'll have to find my ladybird stuff for that.
What
the heck? Like, can you imagine? But anyways, that's exciting that you had such a good gym setup. So you guys definitely need to emulate that. Do you get to take everything else? I'm shocked they didn't want your whole gym.
Yeah, we're taking everything else except the flooring, which is fine. We'll just buy it. Was from Dick's, which is great. Maybe I'll link it because this gym floor that we have, you guys, it's awesome and it's like cheap and it looks nice. Yeah, we're just gonna buy it again.
Easy cleanup too.
Easy cleanup, yeah.
Oh yeah, movers.
The moving situation is nuts. If you own a moving company, good for you. Because these people are like rolling in it. We got a quote for $8,000, which I don't know if that doesn't seem like a lot to other people, but to me, to move an hour and a half away, I'm like, I'm sorry, that's not in the budget.
No, it's insane. You can only imagine what we were quoted for a cross-country move.
That
I about threw up. I was like, there's just absolutely no way. Like, I did not want, there was like no part of me that wanted to think about being in a U-Haul truck from Kentucky to Florida. And I was like, oh, like it would just be so nice if we could just we looked at the pods, those pods that are popular. We looked at moving companies, like everything was astronomical. I was blown away. So what we ended up doing was getting movers to load our U-Haul, and Ryan and I drove the U-Haul all the way down to Florida. You remember, you saw me. I was a corpse.
When you got to Florida, you came straight to our rental. And yeah.
Why did I?
So, what was it? Oh, you had to give me a desk.
Yeah. We were returning the U-Haul and we threw in an extra desk because Riley didn't have a desk in their rental. And I feel like I was there, but I wasn't there. It was such an out of body experience. So I'm envious that you have a hop, skip, and a jump over. Are you going the U-Haul route?
I'm sorry to complain. I feel like your experience is way different than mine. But yeah, so we get this quote and I'm like, okay, it's simply not in the budget. There's just too much that we want to do in the new house where like we need to use that money elsewhere. And so I texted you, Rose, and I said, what did you guys do? How much was the U-Haul? Mm-hmm. And I didn't know you could rent movers through U-Haul to literally load all of your stuff. And then all we have to do is drive the truck to Ohio. We do have to unload it, but they could come and unload it for us if we wanted. But I think we have enough help there. We'll be fine. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was great. I had no idea. And you told me that you could just rent them. And they were so professional. I like booked the U-Haul, booked the movers, and the movers called me and like talked to me. And it was just great. Great experience. Good for U-Haul.
No, I thought the same thing. Did you guys end up buying supplies through U-Haul or did you just get your own?
You mean boxes?
Yeah, like boxes or like, I don't know, tape or all the stuff they offer.
So we have boxes and tape. My dad sells boxes for a living.
Oh yeah, so duh.
It's been really great. We just have like an endless supply. But I booked like dollies and stuff. But the moving guy was like, no, cancel that. We'll bring our own. They're great.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, highly recommend. I mean, it's not like some luxury experience by any means, but like it gets the job done. Like moving isn't fun regardless. So like you might as well save that money to put towards your house or like new furniture. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And like that way you guys can like feel like you saw your stuff get wrapped and put in a truck and like, is Cade driving the truck or like your dad or like who's going to drive it?
We need to get all of our cars down there somehow. So someone's going to be driving the truck, probably Cade, which God bless. How did Ryan drive that how did you sit in that for how many, 10 hours?
No, 16.
And
he didn't
stop.
No, he said no stopping. The hardest part was stopping for gas because like, it's such a production or like
Yeah.
to get food or something like that. But Ryan didn't want to have to pay for a hotel, and he was like, I don't want to wake up the next day knowing I just have to do
drive.
it again. And I get it. Like, he was the driver, but I mean, I've never been so erect in my life. There's
you're sitting on cement, basically.
Cement, and they don't even have like Bluetooth. So we brought a speaker in the car. Bring a speaker, because there's no Bluetooth in those things.
Oh my God. I'm
so
like
we just
speechless.
Connected to Bluetooth on our Sonos.
I can't believe you deserve an award for doing that.
No, it was nuts. And I feel like sick because, what was it? A month before, if not even, Ryan drove my car down. And then he had to drive the U-Haul down. He did the trek twice. And he was like, the Mercedes, like it was a breeze. It was nice. I got to, and he was like, the U-Haul, especially because we like fought rain and the dark. And let me just give you one more tip about this U-Haul. If there's uneven highways, like, you know how pavement sometimes, listen, if you clip the side, that thing goes nuts. So be careful, because it's like so strange. Our truck was packed to the brim, but if a car, like another semi truck, came by, it would like shift you and like jerk you down like to the lower level.
Gosh.
I thought we almost lost like our lives 3 or 4 times. And of course, Ryan didn't tell me until the end. No, you guys you'll be able to do it in 2 hours.
I'm not going to ride in the U-Haul. I've decided.
No, I suggest not if you don't have to, but it'll be so great. Do you officially have like, is what you were telling me off air about the ideal closing happening, or do we not know yet?
We don't know yet. That's the thing too. Closing is so weird because it's like we have to close on this house. We also have to close on our other house, and the title companies, the lenders. There's so many different factors that need to line up because we're trying to close everything on the same day. So everyone please manifest that we can.
I am.
So I don't know yet.
I'm waiting for your sake.
I like keep calling people too. No one wants to answer. Thank goodness for this one person at the title company. She's not even like my contact there, but she always answers the phone, and she's so sweet. Her name's Candy. She always helps me. We email back and forth, and she just like is so nice. I'm like, thank goodness for you, because no one answers the phones.
Yeah, it's just so annoying.
So it's hard to get in touch with people, and like everyone's so busy doing other things, they don't want to take the time to help you, which is frustrating.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we're all manifesting. Everybody add it to your daily prayers that they can close just for like, it just will make your life so much easier.
Yeah.
And I think everyone, I can attest for everyone listening that we're so excited for all of the new content and stories and projects. I know Riley has a lot up her sleeve with what she wants to do to this house, and I'm sure now they're all itching to see it. So it is so beautiful. Your backyard is everything. I love it so much because a part of it reminds me of our tree line. And can you imagine that tree line in the fall?
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. That's what my mom said too. I'm so excited for that. It's definitely, the house is really cute. It's not like brand new or anything, but it's perfect for us. Perfect size. We want to redo, like we need to paint the whole thing. I want to redo every single light fixture.
Which those are cheap. Yeah. Like you can get cheap lights that will totally paint, and lights can change the entire space. Like the counters are good. The floors are good. Like that is a much more intense change. Yeah,
you're right. It's easy things. It's just going to be like logistically, like I want to paint things before we get furniture in there, because if we move in, so that's why I really want to close on that earlier date, but we'll see what happens. But thank you guys for being excited and listening to me talk about this all episode.
No, I loved it, especially because I asked Riley after she posted it on Instagram last week, and I was like, do you feel so much more relieved? Because like there's like a part of you that feel like you're like keeping this huge thing in, but it's nice that you got to like figure it all out yourself, process it, you and Kate, which is all that matters. But I feel like you got such a good, overwhelming, like so many people were excited. And I feel like so many people are like Kent State fans, I felt like, in the comments.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I forgot. I wanted to say, whenever I did end up posting, and it's not that I was trying to keep a secret. I just genuinely, there was so much up in the air for so long. And like, I just wanted to figure out like where we were going to live. We were looking for a house. Our house hadn't sold yet. So I was just kind of waiting until everything was like until we had a plan basically. And now that we do, I feel so much better talking about it. But everyone was so nice and supportive on my Instagram. Like it was so sweet seeing everyone's comments, just like being genuinely happy for us in this next chapter. And so many people were like from the area or familiar with the area or went to Kent State. And so that made me really happy too. If anyone wants to be my friend, I'm looking for friends.
I know. I feel like a lot of people were from Ohio. So I feel like you're going to have such a great time, and just change is so exciting, and it's not too overwhelming because you are close to family. So it's like a perfect next chapter for you guys. So I'm so excited. Who would have thunk another podcast studio is coming soon?
Oh my gosh, we were just talking about how many studios we've had. We're not done yet, guys.
We're not done yet. We'll have 2 new ones before the end of this year.
That's crazy. 2024 has been so wild.
Like, now does it make sense when we're saying like our goals for the year kind of got like a little derailed because both of our lives just are a little kook?
We're going cuckoo over here. I do want you to tell the story, if you're up for it, about the storage unit.
Yeah, I'll keep it brief. But I do last episode, if you guys were wondering what I was saying, I was not emotionally ready to talk about, is so Ryan and I feel like I'm like beating a dead horse saying this, but in case we have new listeners, Ryan and I are almost done building our house. I say almost, but it feels like almost. We should be having drywall any day now. And I feel like after drywall, it's home stretch. So fingers crossed, add it to the house prayer list that Ryan and I are in sometime in November. Yes. That is the goal. And so in the meantime, to save money, because we went through this cross-country move and there's, it's a big price difference from Kentucky to Florida, we decided to make the decision to Ryan's parents were kind enough to let us live with them while our house is being built, which we have some of our furniture here, but a lot of it we put into storage. So if you guys are familiar, a couple weeks ago, Florida had like a huge storm. I don't think it was technically, her name was Debbie. Like, ew, that just says all you need to know. Sorry if your name's Debbie or your mom or something, but like her name's triggering for me. I got a call from our storage unit. Didn't even cross my mind, just because we paid for an indoor unit. So I thought that like it's indoor. It's like it wasn't exposed to the outdoors. No, surely wasn't. They're like, hey, we want you to come check on your unit. We've had some like water damage. Like Sarasota had so much standing water and water damage, new houses, old houses, like everyone was having water intrusion. And I'm like, okay, so Ryan's like, go run by and just like, and our storage unit was filled to the brim. And so I can't really like maneuver around that much. But the second I opened it, I just saw like the boxes, like I just saw water like on all the boxes. And I'm like, oh no. And I like called Ryan at work, like FaceTimed and just like showed it to him. And he was like, he like threw his head back. Like it's just like, you just know what's ahead of you. Like this is not going to be good. So to make a long story short, I worked with the storage company. Thankfully I got the insurance that they recommended. However, the max amount of money they offer is unfortunately not going to cover as much damage as we had. So we basically worked with like a moving company that the public storage hired, and they brought everything out of our unit, and we had to basically assess what was damaged, what wasn't. And then we moved it to a new unit. And I knew there was going to be damage, but it was so devastating. In the middle of it, I just like walked away and started crying because I was like overwhelmed with how much stuff we were throwing away. Like all of our mattresses were just covered in mold, our TVs, like so many of all of our decor that like, I built up my decor for like the last 3.5, 4 years. And like, it takes a while to like build like those coffee table books. Like, yeah, they're easy to replace, but that adds up, like, and not that that matters at all. Like Ryan, Ren, and I are safe. Like that's all that matters. I've been trying to have like a really good perspective on it, but it just stinks because buying stuff like mattresses and TVs that you already have, like those are just annoying things to spend your money on. We're hoping our washer and dryer is okay, but like blankets, pillows, bedding, like we lost so much stuff. And We're working now with insurance. I don't have an answer yet. So also add that to your prayer list that we get like the max amount that we can have. So we're only out like a few thousand and that our washer and dryer work. So we're dealing with that. But, at the end of the day, I'm like, I guess we're really just starting fresh, like this house. There's obviously like, I loved our area rug and I wanted to reuse it so bad, but it was totally like molded. And the crazy thing about it is like, it's not like I just like threw this rug in there. Like we had it wrapped and then cellophane. Like our TV was in a box, wrapped in a blanket with cellophane. Like how in the world was it sopping wet? Like it's just crazy.
That's crazy.
It's like anything that was touching the floor was a goner. So it'll just take a little bit longer for our house to be a home. But that was why I was like not ready to talk about it because I was like, oh, it just stinks. And I think I'll feel better once I know that we're getting the full amount. Like I've started the claim and I'm like, there's just no way we wouldn't because apparently a lot of people at that location had already called about it. So I'm like, it's not like I have to prove the credibility of this damage. But I took a ton of photos. So anyways, that's what's going on in our neck of the woods. I'm like over it now, but unfortunate. Like how tragic.
That is so tragic. And when you were going through it, you had the best attitude. Like I was so proud of you because decor is so important to us and we have nice things that we care about and you carefully packed them into a storage unit. Yeah. So it's really, really sad. But the bright side is that you get to have all new stuff and we are going to pray and manifest that you get the full insurance claim.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, I know. And Ryan was like, at least you won't have to like force stuff to like work into the new space. Like it'll really give you a fresh, like, you really can make what is meant for the space. So once we replace the big items, it'll be nice that like whatever I have extra, I can like kind of not freely spend, but not feel guilty about like buying decor type of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's kind of fun. You have an excuse to go to Home Goods.
Yeah. So it's just making me that much more eager to get into the house so I can like have all my stuff assessed because I almost like forget what we lost because it was just like box after box was just goner. So I'm just like, I'm itching to get into our house, you guys. I just like want to be settled in, start like the journey of filling the space. So
you're so close.
Hopefully. Yeah, I know. I'm like, I've made it this far. I have like barely any time left. So we have a lot of things going on over here at Drinks on Us. So bear with us, but we'll never not we're always going to be showing up here.
Yeah, we love to talk to each other and catch up with you guys and obviously talk about ourselves.
Yeah. But that was a good update. I think it was necessary for the Do Crew.
Yes. Thank you guys for being here and let us know if you have any other questions. We will totally answer anything that you're wondering about these big life changes. But let's get into Girls Room. Before we do, someone was asking, and I thought it would just be fun to answer. Someone asked how we came up with our dogs' names. And I never really like thought about it. How did you guys come up with Ren's name?
So we honestly had Ren's name like weirdly picked out we always knew when we got a dog, we named him Ren, but I was like looking up dog lists, like when you wanted a dog so bad. So you would like look up names. Yeah. And I saw Winnie with a W. And then I just thought like, oh, it'd be so cute to like switch it to an R for Ryan, Rose, and then Ren. And so that's really kind of how we came up with it. And then I like shortened it and thought like Rennie could be more of a nickname. So kind of a silly random story. I don't even remember. It was so long ago, but it's funny because Riley was talking about how Truly, well, you didn't say how Truly got her name, but you said that Gade wanted to name her LeBron.
Yeah, he's obsessed. Oh my gosh. I love Ren's name. I couldn't see Ren as being anything else.
That's how I feel about Truly. But isn't that weird how that works?
It's so weird. Even with like humans.
I know. It's wild.
But for Truly's name, I don't know. We were going back and forth with so many things. We like saw a picture of her and we're trying to figure out like, what does she look like? And we thought it'd be cute, maybe like a food name or a drink name. Like we liked that vibe. And we were just kind of going like naming random things. We're like, Truly. No, we like kept going and then we went back to it. We're like, wait, Truly's kind of cute. So I guess she's kind of named after the Truly drink. Not that we're like Truly fanatics or alcoholics or anything. We just thought it was cute. Yeah. And we always say like Truly Scrumptious, the character in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. She's also named after that.
No, Truly, I remember you had like one or two other names. I can't remember. I don't know if you remember them, but like I remember thinking Truly was so cute because at the time too, like Trulies were like all the rage, but it was kind of a cute spin on like True, like because you call her True, but I like that her name's Truly because it just makes it like girl, like a little girlier, and she's such a girly girl.
Yeah, she's so funny. I can't see her as being anything else but Truly. But yeah, I feel like we just like randomly came up with the names. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't have any great stories, but I did see that request come in.
Yeah, so glad we could answer. But we have 3 good submissions for Girls Room.
Okay, I'm ready.
First one. Hi, girls. I was wondering what you guys do for when you're sick when it comes to medicine. I was sick over the weekend and went to go take Dayquil and literally asked myself, why is it bright orange? Certainly can't be clean. Do you have any recs for clean products to use when sick? That is so true. I've never thought about that. And I'm going to defer to you, Rose, because I don't know. What do we do?
This is tough. There's definitely times where I just go for like the strong stuff, like when it's really bad. But a lot of times I try like natural remedies. It kind of depends on what she's sick with. I mean, I pound like hydrations or Armras and like a lot of liquid. Trying to think what else. Oh, I love like the garlic and honey garlic and honey. I made Riley do that, or like tea if it's your throat. I also swear by the sock method. I can post the video on Drinks on Us if you're like stuffed up, and that's like kind of where you're looking for. You can go on TikTok or Pinterest and like look up natural remedies. I also would suggest, which I still need to find a place here, but like a natural like I forget what they call it, like just like a nutritional natural wellness pharmacy.
Holistic?
Yeah, it's like a more natural type of Walgreens, for lack of better.
Oh, nice.
And they'll have like a lot of just cleaner or like supplemental type of medicines that you can go up to someone at the desk and say like, these are my symptoms. I'm like, what can you recommend? So I would just like look up a natural wellness pharmacy or something like that. And I'm sure your town will have something. That would be my suggestion. Sorry, I kind of went
that's
all over
so
the place
true.
there.
No, that sounds like a dream, like a natural place. I feel like there really are so many remedies that we just don't know about that are natural, but we grew up just going to Dayquil or taking Advil. Like there are natural things. We just have to do our own research. So if this person researches Dayquil, like a natural remedy that would replace that, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'd love to know.
Okay, next one. Hi, ladies. Love you guys. And I'm obsessed with your podcast and tell all my friends they need to listen. Aww. Well, thank you for that. We love that. My question for you guys is, what podcasts do you guys listen to? I am in my early 20s, fresh out of college, working my first full-time job, living with my boyfriend now, all the things. I'm having a bit of a hard time adjusting to such a big change and was wondering if you guys listen to any therapeutic podcasts or podcasts that or podcasts that calm you and help you grow. I also love funny podcasts to listen to while I work. Thank you. So I would say my two, to say like one, a mindless podcast to just like listen to and put on, obviously us. Just kidding. The Toast is a good one. I listen to that like on long car rides. Yes. And then for more of like an informational one, I love Skinny Confidential's one that she has with her husband. It's called like the Him and Her. I don't listen to every episode, but I'll go through and like see what intrigues me, whether it's like clean products or I don't know. Theirs is just very inspirational and like informational.
Totally agree. Those are definitely probably the two that I've listened to the most. I also sometimes listen to Life with Mariana. She is the co-founder of Summer Fridays, which is a clean skincare brand. And she brings on really cool people. Like she had Nara Smith on and her episode was interesting. She brings really great people on and a lot of educational, kind of similar to Skinny Confidential. And then I don't listen to this one, but some people say, oh my gosh, Sammy Clark's podcast.
Never heard.
I clearly don't listen because I don't even know the name of it, but people say it's good for like self-help.
Who is that Nara Smith? Someone was just telling me about her and I had no idea who it was.
Riley, for someone who's in their sourdough era, I'm shocked. She is this girl on TikTok. I believe she's a model, and she makes everything from scratch. Like, it's like become kind of like a funny thing. And on this podcast, she says that's not what she always does, but if she can, she was like very sick and switched to like making things from scratch. And she kind of like is very monotone, and she'll be like, my husband was craving, like, I don't know, I'm just going to make like a strawberry casserole strudel. And so she'll like literally make like the strawberry strudel from scratch. She'll make the bread. She'll make everything from scratch and like whip it up and like make it seem so casual that she made it from scratch. And so she kind of just like blew up on TikTok with that.
I've got to follow her. But wait, when the person was explaining her to me, she was saying exactly what you said. Like, my husband was craving this. And I thought she was talking about the other girl with the
that me and Kayla love. Yes. It's got healthy and fermented. Yes. It's Sunday night and I'm craving another sourdough sandwich. I freaking love her.
But that's not Nara.
Okay. No, Nara is...
I'm all confused. I've got to get my people straight.
Yeah, you definitely do. However, I believe the girl that I want another Sunday sandwich, I believe her name is Jess. I would die to be her friend because the stuff she makes looks insane. Her fresh cream cheese sends me to the moon every time.
Oh, stop. I'm starving now.
She'll like scrape fresh vanilla bean into it and then like muddle in like strawberries and put it on her chocolate chip sourdough bagel. I just want to die.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah. I'll find her too for you guys. She doesn't have a podcast or anything.
Her voice. Let's bring her on ours.
No, we should. Kayla would die.
Wait, should we?
Yeah. I think she's absolutely huge though.
Oh, she would never. Remember we asked that one girl and she left us on red.
Yeah. Not us thinking we can get cooler people than we can. Okay.
We've got to tone it back.
Moving on.
Anyways, okay, the last girls' room submission. Oh my gosh, it gives me the heebie-jeebies.
No. Okay.
You're gonna die.
Right.
Okay. It's long, but we've got to give this girl advice.
Okay.
Hi girls, so obsessed with you both and this podcast. It's the highlight of my week. Long submission incoming, so bear with me. I've been in a tough situation and would love some advice. My friend group and I are 4 years out of college at this point, but still keep in great touch. There is one couple in particular in my friend group who loves hosting game nights, pre-games, movie nights, etc. They are known as the hosts of our friend group. They're the sweetest people, so I'll preface it with that. The problem is that they are somehow the dirtiest people I've ever met. You wouldn't be able to tell just by hanging out with them in public like at restaurants, but their apartment is barely livable because they just aren't clean. I'm talking 2-week-old dishes with sauce crusted and dried onto the plate sitting on the counter smelling, crumbs and dirt on the floor where you don't want to be in bare feet, finding a dirt crusted candle under the couch that they say they don't know how it got there, mold and residue on the bathroom sink and hand towels to the point that I just feel cleaner not washing my hands. As a type A and relatively clean girl myself, the way they keep their living space almost deters me from wanting to go over there. I know Riley has mentioned being a germaphobe and you two are both so put together, so I'm wondering what you would do in this situation. I don't know how to bring it up to them without sounding rude or judgmental or high maintenance. For more context, they make less money than my boyfriend and I, so I want to empathize that maybe they don't have the means to upkeep their space to the standard I would. But their living conditions truly have a negative effect on me wanting to spend time with them or go to their apartment at all. It sucks because everything else about them is amazing. It's just bothersome since we're full-fledged adults now, and at some point we have to start taking care of ourselves. Sorry, I lost my place. I had to go to the next page. And that includes their living space too. Am I being dramatic and not wanting to go over there? Should I suggest that we all start alternating who hosts our gatherings so I have to tolerate going over there less frequently? I'm torn because they're so vocal about loving having people over, but then I'm so confused why they'd let their home look like that while doing so. It's been bothering me for a year now, and I've been making excuses about going over there lately because of it. None of our other friends in the group are dirty, so I'd be curious if they were also a little grossed out, but I don't want to ask them and talk about the couple behind their back. I'm so conflicted. Help, girls. I love you both. Okay.
Wow.
First of all, you're better than I am because I would text you, Rose, in a heartbeat when we're still there and say, this place is so gross. Like, get us out. I can't believe you haven't asked your other friends. Like, I'm so curious to know their thoughts. I also want to say, just because they make less money than you doesn't mean they can't rinse their plate and put it in the dishwasher or throw their hand towel in the washing machine and wipe their counters down. Like, that is not an excuse.
I know. I'm like listening to this because I obviously like a clean space, but I don't have like a phobia. Like, I think Riley would actually like not be okay. I also cannot believe like you're such a sweet person for not saying it to anyone. Like, how sweet. I was like, so I'm so mean. I'm like listening. I'm like, well, what do the other friends think in my head?
Yeah.
I initially thought the same thing. I think you can just suggest, I guess my suggestion would be to alternate. Like, you literally can't say anything. That's just like, there's no way to say that without just sounding like a bitch.
Yeah.
Your space, like how, like if you sit and think about it, there's no way to be like, should we come over and like do a cleaning? Like,
you could help them. Like, you could say, oh, I'll help you like prepare. I can vacuum for you.
Or like before you like leave, if you're like pre-gaming, you can be like, I'll help you clean up and like do the dishes. Like, but it just doesn't seem like it would even cross, like they're clearly not bothered by it.
Yeah. I can't believe, like, I feel like we're the same way, Rose. We want to have our house like not spotless. Like, it'll never be perfectly clean, but at least like counters wiped down, everything in its place. Like, I just can't believe they want to have people over when their house is in this state. That's
what blows my mind. And like, they're okay with, oh my gosh, I just can't imagine that. I don't really know many people that can float, like do their life like that. That doesn't seem normal.
No, I can't think of one person that we know who has a dirty house. Like, it's not like it has to be spotless, but this sounds like it is out of control. But at the same time, it's like, if you do offer to help, it's not your job to clean their house. So that's not fair to you.
That's why I think the only solution is to rotate and just be like I've been really looking to like host, I don't know, maybe if someone just recently moved into their house, like, or had a life change, you could be like, I'd love to come see your place. Like, maybe we can start rotating and take some, like, I know you guys love to host, but like we'd love to have people over too, and maybe do different themes at each, I don't know, like find a way to like spin it where it's not insulting to them, but maybe you have like something going on in one of their lives that can be like an organic way to suggest variety, because I'm like, there's just simply no other option. And like, you don't want to lose your friend over it. Like, that seems dramatic.
Yeah. Don't tell her house is dirty. I would definitely invite everyone over to your house next time. And maybe when they see how like clean your house is, maybe they'll get inspired to do some cleaning.
Yeah. Like be extra with it, almost like an extra candle, like everything extra shiny, maybe even be like, you can place your shoes here. Like, and maybe they'll be like, oh, wow. Like, they probably think our place is a pigsty. And then it'd be interesting. I'd love to know if you went back, if there was any improvement.
Yeah.
Keep us updated.
I'm sorry that you had to go to their house. It sounds like not a great place.
No, it sounds miserable.
Well, we hope we gave you some good advice. And I think that concludes our happy hour. Thank you guys so much for spending this time with us. As always, feel free to follow us, like us, subscribe, share this podcast with your friends and family. And you can even leave a good review if you're feeling frisky.
Yes, only if you're feeling nice now. But I'm going to leave us with the cheers to just the Do Crew being our constant through all of our change, and just you guys being here to support us through all of our change. We have so much fun content and life changes to continue to share with you guys. So cheers to that. And cheers if you're also going through a life change. We're all in this together.
Yes.
And we love you guys so much. And we will see you, of course, same time, same place next week. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.